UnCommon Law fights to ensure that all people incarcerated for violent and serious crimes have access to healing, justice, and effective legal representation. Through our unique, trauma-informed model of advocacy, we provide the space currently missing in the system for healing, accountability, and safe pathways home from prison.
I'm Keith Watley. I'm the founder and executive director at UnCommon Law, where we provide trauma-informed counseling and legal assistance to people serving life sentences. Well, we've encountered way too many people who are in prison for way too long and don't have a pathway home, even though they become eligible for parole and get to go to the parole board. Too often they're denied parole. And so we wanted to develop a program that would give them more of a chance to come home, addressing traumatic experiences from childhood and understanding how people's responses to those experiences landed them in prison for a violent crime or a serious crime. And the reason we created this program is because while we've been working with people one-on-one for years, we recognize that the people who have the best success when they go to the parole board are those people who have a community of people inside the prison that they work with, that they support, they communicate with, and continue these same conversations, which are sometimes sensitive and painful, outside of their one-on-one with someone from our team. A key component to this process is the role of formerly incarcerated people who've traveled this journey. We think they are the best messengers of what the journey is, the best examples of what it looks like when you commit to it and transform your life and get yourself out of prison. Here's the team that we're going to be working with in this program. And when you meet them, you'll see exactly why they are where they are now and why they're committed to helping you come home.
My name's Emma Tolman.
My name is Mahal.
My name is Abdullahi Morris.
My name is Healy.
I'm Maddie Flood.
I'm Megan Lynch.
My name is Miguel Quesada. I paroled July 2nd, 2018 from Avenal State Prison. I served 20 years in prison. I was originally sentenced to 45 years with double life sentence. My original parole board hearing wasn't scheduled till 2043. One of the things that I hope you could achieve through this is exactly that, is hope.
My name is Marilyn Ralston. I'm formerly incarcerated. I spent 23 years in prison. And next year will be my 10th anniversary of being home.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charles Spence. I've been home since January 11th of 2019 after serving 22 years for first-degree murder on a 26 to life sentence. I paroled from San Quentin.
Welcome, y'all. My name is Israel Garcia. I paroled from Valley State Prison on March 12th, 2020. I served 24 years, 10 months. I was found suitable on my my third hearing.
My name is Jared Keith. I'm a parole success advocate with UnCommon Law. I was incarcerated for 15 years. At the age of 19, I was convicted of second-degree murder, was sentenced to 15 years to life.
What's up, everybody? I'm James J.C. Cavett, but I'm also K81900. I was released in April of 2017 after serving 22 years on a 25 to life sentence. I was found suitable at my initial hearing, and now I'm enjoying a beautiful life.
Being someone who is system impacted by parental incarceration at different levels of my life, and I think this work needs to be led by people that are directly impacted, that voices were being upheld.
I wouldn't have ever imagined that a group could exist when I was incarcerated. I never think a group like the Home After Harm pilot team would come together, or that was even possible. And then being able to help create that is very exciting.
Lawyers who have been doing this work for quite a while and have a lived experience about the nuances and what it takes to get free from parole board. And you have people who have actually gone through the process step by step with the trials, the errors, the failures.
One reason that we created this program is because we saw a gap. We saw that a lot of programs help people to dig down deep into their histories and understand themselves, deal with the pain that they experienced and the pain they caused to other people. But even the participants of those programs would get to the parole board and be unable to translate that work into a language the parole commissioners could understand. They didn't have a good understanding of the way the parole consideration process views that work and how to navigate it. And so as attorneys and advocates who've been working in that area for a long time, we said, well, if we combined the self-introspection work with an understanding of how the parole process works in California, that would be an important program to put in the hands of those who try to navigate that process inside.
The ultimate goal of this program is to demystify the board process.
Going before strangers who don't know anything about you and explaining the person you were before prison is different than the person you are today.
Helping people to identify and create their own pathways home.
I think the most incredible thing about this program is that it's developed by people who have been exactly where you are. There are no greater experts in this process than those who have been through it themselves.
I had grown up using drugs at an early age, joined gangs at an early age. I lived in this very warped world where what was wrong was considered right and what was right was considered wrong. And it's a different type of prison than just walls and barbed wire. When I started to do the work, it wasn't because I wanted to get out of prison, it's because I wanted to get out of this life that I had been living. I just didn't know how to do something different.
For me, being a person who had life within prison and being fresh home, it allowed me to basically heal from a lot of wounds internally, specifically dealing with my incarceration and what that meant for me. I never thought I'd ever be free.
At the end of the day, regardless of what type of harm that you caused, you matter. Not only do the life of your victim matter or those whom you've harmed matter, but you also matter. And because you matter, you deserve to live life. And that life starts right where you are right now. And you can make decisions and choices where you are right now that will ultimately, I think, really start to prepare you and set you up for success once you leave that place. I think one of the biggest mistakes we make is we live on a day-to-day, not thinking about life after the walls of prison. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of folks, they do come home. And now especially, more people are walking out of those spaces all of the time. And we need to make sure that we're prepared for when those doors open. Life is good for us. I'm speaking for myself. Life is really, really good for me right now. And I would want nothing more than for everyone who sees this video or participates in this pilot program to be able to experience that good life as well, because you deserve it.
I know if challenged the right way and if supported with the right services and resources, whatever it is that you dream about, whatever it is that you want to do, you can do it. I've seen so many women overcome some huge barriers in their lives, trauma, abandonment, betrayal, and rise to the top and become amazing women, amazing individuals to go on to do inspiring work. And I'm including myself in this group.
Not only did I commit a horrendous crime that ended somebody's life, for a number of years after I was incarcerated, I continued to make horrible decisions. At my consultation, the commissioner that was presiding over it told me that I wasted 17 years of my life. So many of the emotions, so many of the thoughts that I had were shared by so many other people, and they were going unspoken, not even acknowledged. Here I am, just past 25 years since that day that I decided to commit murder. 8 years since that consultation hearing, and my life is beautiful. Life has been beautiful. It just took me a lot of work to realize that. If I can do anything to help somebody work through that pain, just starting that process with somebody can be completely life-changing. And as a result, if they are in their freedom, is why I'm doing this right now.
Amends, it becomes a lifestyle. That type of living, it brings healing to relationships, it brings healing to families and healing to communities.
Really shifting who I believed I was and the identity that I had created inside of prison was one of the most complicated processes that I've been through emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And it's not easy work, and we all need help through that process. And it's not that I know more than other people, but it's that I've been through that process and I'm a good support partner. And I think that that's one of the most important things that drives me today, to watch people recreate themselves with their trauma, with their hurt, with their identity, in order to gain a true sense of who they truly are.
Some of the topics we'll cover in this program include childhood experiences, especially childhood trauma, connecting the dots between those experiences and actions you engaged in later, before and after you came to prison, how to tell your own story, relapse prevention and parole planning, preparing for the parole hearing, which includes a mock hearing acted out by people who've actually been through the process, and life after incarceration.
We appreciate your willingness to engage in this process. It is difficult, it's painful, sometimes shameful. We've also found that the pathway home through this process goes directly through shame. So if you're willing and able to remove all those layers of protective armor you've been wearing for decades, and trust the community that you can create around you to do this work, then you can create your own pathway home. And we're excited to be on that journey with you and to see you succeed. Thank you.